Ladies and gentlemen, habari ya asubuhi. Natumai mzima wa afya jema, and this is your host Rashis Kaman, the tallest man in Black Africa. The presidential debate is coming next week. All the media houses will show this on the screen, and Kenyans and the world in general will be glued in the TV to watch this interesting debate. The two contenders, the two frontrunners, that is Azimio candidate Raila Amolo Odinga and UDA RUTO, have threatened to skip or boycott this debate. I want to advise Raila Amolo Odinga that this would be fatal for him. If we do this, he's going to lose so many votes. I want to put the reason why I think this debate is favoring Raila Amolo Odinga. Because what we have already, kile ambacho kipo, the die-hard supporters of RUTO are not going to change because of this debate. The same case, the die-hard supporters of Raila are not going to change because these are actually fans. These are guys who will be supporting. They cannot change because of the debate. So the people who are going to make the decision are the undecided votes. So the debate is just about the undecided votes. That is the voters. And this is where now, this is why I'm saying that the debate is favoring Raila Amolo Odinga. And if we boycott this, it will be disastrous. Because you see now, what we have, we are just looking for a round one win. Because if we continue, with the current situation, we may have a runoff in this country. Lakini kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba Raila, there are some people who are waiting for Raila to come up and RUTO come up, and these are the people who are the undecided. So the debate is good for Raila, and this is the reason why I think it's good for Raila. For one, this debate, if you go by the running debate, it will be heavily tilted towards corruption. The main agenda here, I think, will be about corruption. And you cannot talk about corruption in Kenya and in Africa and in the world in general without talking about William Samoei Ruto. Because an independent opinion poll was carried out and Ruto was declared the most corrupt person on earth, followed by none other than Anne Waiguru. Again, when you look at the corruption, when you talk about maize, you cannot talk about maize scandal without mentioning the name Ruto. He has been there even importing maize from, Yemen with aflatoxin. Mahidi ambayo inasemekana kwamba hata kama panya angeala yale mahidi angekufa. Again, you cannot talk of dams, Aroro and Kimwanero dams. This is where billions and billions of money were lost. And it is believed that Kenya Kwanza wanatumia pesa hizi katika kampeni zao. You cannot talk of Ugalana Kwalulu project without talking about corruption. This was very interesting because the Israel government was fully funding this project. Lakini Ruto akaenda kamdanganya Uhuru kwamba Israel government was giving half the money and the Kenya government was to give half the money. So this man is a PCS. Akaenda akatoa the other half and the money ended in the pocket of William Samoei Ruto. So you cannot talk about corruption without talking about William Samoei Ruto. Talk of Western Hotel that is standing on public land. Talk of the Langata Primary School where the school children were tear gassed. Talk of Moteshi Lad. Talk of the coast. Kwa hivyo huyu ni mtu ambaye hawezi, ndio unasikia watu wanamuita Arap Mashaba kwa sababu Mashaba amekuwa akiyatumia watu wanasema hakuna shaba balo wanaweza kuwa na kaliachilia. So this is a dangerous person to be entrusted with the leadership of this country. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba we cannot talk about corruption without talking about William Samoei Ruto. And I think sasa hivi nasikia wanajaribu kuja mikakati ya maswali ambayo anaweza kujibu, the likely questions that he's likely to be asked na vile ambavyo anaweza kujibu. So you'll be surprised to hear William Samoei Ruto talking about corruption. Ni kama buzi. Ni kama fisi akiongea kuhusu harusi ya buzi, akisherehekea harusi ya buzi. Something that cannot happen. Again, when you look at the undecided voters, this is now the time that you decide by reasoning to what Samoei Ruto is going to say and what Raila is going to say. The debate won't change much voters. Many voters will not change. That's what I'm saying. Raila should actually even defend that now on his part. Raila should come out clearly and defend himself against. He has been associated with Uhuru Kenyatta, and also we know very well that this man is not part of Uhuru's government, but he has been so much associated with this regime. This regime has completely failed the people of Kenya. This regime, the RUTO government, is a total failure. It's a disgrace to the Kenyan people. And then this is why now I think Raila will be carpeted here, because he has been associated with RUTO, with Uhuru. And he should tell people what he has been telling Uhuru. Maybe he has been telling Uhuru to fight corruption, and Uhuru has been refusing. And there's nothing he can do. So Raila, again, you need to come out clearly and tell people that it is not his government, it is Uhuru's government. Once he do this very clearly and very candidly, watu wataona ni mtu ambaye anaongea ukweli. Kwa hivyo Raila should delink himself completely from Uhuru's government. And I think Raila need to hit hard because people feel that vile ambavyo alikuwa anaongea mambo ya corruption is like he has toned down, especially ukiangalia mambo ya Dongoland Commission, many other issues. Kwa sababu he need to hit hard. The Raila we know needs to hit very hard and without caring about the consequences. People who have decided to support Raila have already decided. And Ruto, again, is responsible for the Kiaba Church massacre. And I think Raila need to carpet him on this. Why should he be looking for votes from the Gema community? And we know very well that this is a person who was responsible for the Rift Valley massacre. And that is why he was charged with crime against humanity. Ruto made also need to come out on the ICC witnesses. How comes? Which is this coincidence? Sadifa hii ambayo ilitokea ambapo wale mashahidi ambao walikuwa wanatoa ushahidi ambao that could made him maybe jailed. Or why? How comes they almost all of them died? What happened? And why is it that these people should die? He need to come out clearly. Ruto's plan to impeach his boss also should need to come out very clearly. The moderator should come out very clearly, because this person has been associated, he has been planning to impeach his boss, and that is why people should be told. Raila should tell people that the reason why he worked with Uhuru is to defend Uhuru. So ukiangalia Uhuru angetolewa mamlakani kitambo na Ruto, kwa sababu Ruto did not mean well right from the beginning. Again, and Ruto's insubordinating his boss need also to be addressed. Kwa sababu kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba huyu ni mtu ambaye amejaribu kuhakikisha kwamba Uhuru has failed completely the government. So he doesn't care the consequences. He doesn't care. He has also been associated with remember what Rivaldo said one time in Vika, that there was a time he wanted to bring the aircraft down carrying the president. I think this is something that Ruto need to come out very clearly. Kwa sababu haya ni mambo ambayo tufanye tuulize maswali. Again, the other thing that Ruto should answer, why is he defending Chebukati? Na tunajua kwamba Chebukati is just a reckless guy. This guy is determined to bugger the elections. What is the relationship between the two? Is IBC a branch of UDA? And why did UDA came out defending Venezuelans when we know very well that they were carrying very, very sensitive election materials? Is Ruto not interested with free and verifiable elections? These are questions that need to be asked. And why Ruto will lose this? Because in the debate, when it comes to trust, can Kenyans really trust William Samoei Ruto? The answer is no. Because of so many reasons. I think you'd get 0 here. Probably would get about 50% on the issue of trust. On the issue of corruptions, fighting corruptions, Ruto cannot fight corruption. He would get 0 here. And Baba can get 60%. We know he has toned it down, but we know he has been fighting corruption. He doesn't condone corruption. On democracy, this man, Ruto, can also get 0. Baba can get 60. Raila is a Democrat. When you look at William Samoei Ruto, is a despot, is a dictator. We saw it during the nominations. Hata watu ambao walikuwa wameshida wakinyang'anywa vyeti vyao. People like Alfred Ketel and others. When it comes to past record, you see Ruto has been associated with every bad things in this country since 1992. Talk of the tribal clashes, talk of YK92, the talk of so many things, and he has never fought for anything in this country. Baba has fought for the constitution. Baba has fought for the democracy. Baba has fought for so many things. So Baba would get about 70% if history was to be used. When it comes to contradictions, Ruto is a man of contradictions. Mara anasema hivi, kesho hivi. Mara, and so many things. Baba has been a bit consistent. I would give him 40%. When it comes to lies, false hope, false promises, Ruto gets 0. Within 6 months, sijui nini stadium kutoka wapi. With again about the issue of laptops, I hear now these laptops, you find them in Uganda being sold. How do they find their market in Uganda? Where did they go? They promised the students who are now, I think, in Form 2, I don't know, Form 2 or Form 3, 10 years ago, they promised a laptop. Where are they? So these are the questions that Ruto needs to answer. That's why I'm saying Baba should go to the debate, presidential debate, and let him talk, let him come up with, let him show the people that this is the person that needs to drive this country for the next 5 or 10 years. Let him know that Kenyans are fully waiting. The decided voters are the people that they are going to appeal to, and I think Baba, if we can manage to do this, he'll win in round 1. At the moment, opinion polls are putting him at 50.5%, and Ruto is now hitting 39. So it is very, very interesting. But the undecided voters need to also listen and give these guys a favorable response. I'm your host, Rashis Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Have a great day.